right, the second quarterback that was taken into the 2020 NFL Draft was Tua Tagovailoa, going 5th overall to the Miami Dolphins. At one point, we had this tank for Tua, and the Dolphins were the team everyone thought was going to have the number 1 overall pick, and that they were going to tank to get Tua Tagovailoa. Now, it worked out that he fell to them at pick 5, but a lot of that was because of injury. So let's look at Tua's path to success with the Dolphins. His weapons are not the greatest. Out of all the quarterbacks that were taken, Tua's weapons are by far the worst. Devontae Parker has been a guy, a former first-round pick, top 15 overall pick, has been a guy that everyone has been waiting to become this next breakout star receiver. I feel for like his second, third, fourth, fifth season, people are just saying, hey, he's going to break out here. He's going to break out here. And he never really had until the second half of last year. Can Devontae Parker build off of last year's success and continue that develop and give the Dolphins a number 1 receiver? Now, besides Devontae Parker, they've got Allen Hurns, who, is a nice role player, a guy that can work down the field. They got Albert Wilson last year, who signed free agent from the Kansas City Chiefs. And he's a solid role player, but he's not much more than that. And then Preston Williams is a guy that was an undrafted free agent, had a lot of talent at Colorado State, but had a lot of question marks, and showed glimpses of success, but had some injuries in that. Those are, and then you could throw in tight end Mike Gesicki, who's still a guy that's developing as a tight end. Those are the weapons that Tua had. By far the worst weapons. You look at what Tua had with Alabama. He had Henry Ruggs, top 15 pick. Jerry Jeudy, top 15 pick. Jalen Waddell, who I think is going to be a top 10 pick next year. Devontae Smith, another first-round pick. He had 4 first-round pick wide receivers. His wide receivers at Alabama are significantly better than what the Dolphins had. And I like Tua. He's a good, he's tremendous at going through his reads. He shows pinpoint accuracy, good anticipation and touch. He doesn't have a huge cannon for an arm, but he has everything else that you need if you don't have that huge arm. But is he going to be able to have that ultra success if he doesn't have elite weapons? Can he throw guys open? That's going to be the key to him. Now, not only are his weapons not very good with the Dolphins, but their offensive line is not good. They drafted Austin Jackson in the first round. He's a guy that's still kind of developing. They drafted Robert Hunt, who's going to be their right guard. They drafted a guy from Wisconsin guy, Dieter, last year in the middle rounds that I liked. They've put some draft capital in, but it's still a work in progress along that offensive line. And you've got Tua, a guy who's not been very healthy lately. 2 ankle surgeries, a wrist surgery, a hip surgery. Is he, a guy it's not Lamar Jackson out there. I know Tua's, a lot of people think of Tua as a mobile quarterback. He can move within the pocket some. He's not overly explosive. Is he going to be able to withstand getting some hits? Now, the positive is Tua doesn't have to start right away, and he won't start right away. Ryan Fitzpatrick's there, who has had success and experience with Chan Gailey. Fitzpatrick's going to start day 1. Josh Rosen is there, probably to get some starts if Fitzpatrick just is totally bad. Tua doesn't have to start year 1. He probably will. I think he gets in towards the end of the year 1. I think this is a positive because that allows Tua to be able to continue his development, clean up a few things, but also continue to get healthier. I think this is a good situation for him because he doesn't have to come in day 1, and he can sit and rest that hip and continue to rehab it and not force anything. But he's probably going to get in at the end of year 1 because they want to see what they have, get him that experience. But as much as I like the Dolphins taking Tua, and I know that the Dolphins fans love this pick, I worry a little bit about Tua in the future because of the weapons around him. Who knows? And I hope, and I think he's got the talent to lead a team. but you got to still have talent to lead the team around you. So I think Tua's in a situation. I think that is going to be fascinating to watch to see what they can do. I would have loved to see them, with all their draft picks, to add another weapon to this team. But so that'll be fascinating to see how they do moving forward.